Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashim Shai Brakatham to you, hopefully elect. All right. And just through the spirit, um, the type of mindset, uh, the type of mindset and being in this truth, we ought to develop the mindset of a stoic, you know, because we don't want to be in that spirit of Lot's wife, you know, and a part of understanding why the Lord keeps us uncomfortable, and he puts us through the trials and tribulations. All right, because we develop this mindset to where it's just we it's to a point where we really don't give a shit anymore. Just to be upfront with it and get right into it, man. Because I know a lot of brothers, man. I speak for others when I say this. How it's just, like I said, we're really to a point where we really just don't give a shit about none of this stuff anymore, man. But this is where the Lord needs us to be, all right? Because when it comes time to detach, all right, the more attachments that you have to the society, the harder it's going to be to detach when it comes time of detaching. All right, and like I mentioned, remembering Lot's wife, because you don't want to be in that spirit, because Lot, he had plenty of substance. He was wealthy. And his wife, of course, being a woman, women they love to be comfortable, right? Man, and that's another thing for some brothers to because when it comes to being this mind of a having this mindset of a stoic, all right, and being ready to just leave it all behind and just saying the hell with it, that includes for some brothers, man. You might have to walk away, but again, that's what we're being built up for. That's what we're being prepped up for. All right. I mean, this real quick in Colossians chapter 2 and verse. As a matter of fact, before I get that, I'm gonna get this. Because King Solomon, being our greatest example, right? When Yahushua was King Solomon, all right. Hey, King Solomon, he had it all. He had it all. But it was the kingdom. So at the end of the day, it was all meaningless. It was vanity. I'm gonna get this in Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 12. For who knoweth what is good for a man in this life? All the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow. Because like the saying goes, whatever you accumulate on the side. All right. Again, at the end of the day, when you perish on the side, hey, you're not taking anything with you. Hell, even when the elect get delivered, they're not even, because like the saying goes in the world, you came into this world with nothing, you're leaving with nothing, and that's very true. Because again, even when the elect get delivered, all right, they're not even getting leaving in the same bodies in these same bodies. There's this flesh, these chains of darkness. There's going to be a complete total upgrade. Because like I said, man, because even with me personally, I like to hit the gym. I go hard in the gym. I just like to keep up to date as far as my body and my health. But I ain't gonna lie, even over the months, over the months, the past few months, man, I've just been getting to a point where it's just like, man, what's the point of this shit? Sometimes I just be wanting to just say the hell with it and just let myself go, but you can't do that. You can't be like that, because even the scriptures say bodily exercise profits a little, roughly paraphrasing, because it's crazy. You can eat right, you can work out, take care of yourself to the best of your ability, and it's just like, man, at the end of the day, you still feel like shit. So it's just to a point, it's just like, man, what's the point? What the hell? in this life, and tell a man what shall be after him under the sun. All right. I want to read that in the NLT. It says, in the few days of our meaningless lives, who knows how our days can best be spent? Our lives are like a shadow. Again, we're here 1 minute, and we can be gone the next. It says, who can tell what will happen on this earth after we are gone? So, again, because again, just part of having this mindset of a stoic, hey, we got to be ready to leave this all behind. We got to be ready, willing and ready to just say the hell with all this. That brothers got wives and children. That's not to say that you neglect your duties. All right, brothers, we still have responsibilities that we need to take care of. But again, me personally, I've been to a point where, sometimes I look at my loved ones, man, and I'm just like, man, hey, because again, it's a mindset. All right, it's a mindset. Because I be, looking at my own like, man, and it's gonna sound harsh, but hey, it is what it is. Again, we don't care, man. Me, I don't care. I just don't care about none of this anymore. Because I be looking at my loved ones like, man, y'all niggas might not make it, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Worst case scenario, I'll see y'all on the other side, which is really the best case scenario. Because hey, that's the thing, man. Whatever we lose on this side, it's not really a loss. All right, but we're gonna get it back, and then some. All right. Like Yahushua told the disciples, Lord, we drop everything to follow you. What are we going to get in return? Listen, we're going to get 100-fold. So whatever you lose, whoever you lose on the side, don't worry about it. All right, you're going to get it back and then some. You're going to get it back. Like Job. Job being a perfect example, which represents the elect. In the beginning, he lost everything, saved his life. But in the end, hey, he got it back double. Even his children. Job, he lost his children. But hey, he said, when you read the last chapter going to Job, hey, he got his children. He's seen his children up to the third and fourth generation. So he even got he got his children back. So again, whatever you lose, whoever you lose on the side, don't worry about it. And it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done, man. But this is why we're being built up, because before I get that in Colossians, I'm gonna get this in 2nd Esdras. All right, because this is what Esau has taught us, and that's why we have to, like it tells you in Isaiah the 10th chapter, let go of the stay of Esau. All right, and our stay is in Yahweh Shema Shah. That's our trust, support. All right, we're letting go of the hand of Esau. All right, and we learn to walk with Yahweh Shema Shah. That's pursuant to Isaiah the 10th chapter. But 2nd Esdras 14 says, 2nd Esdras 14, I'll start at verse 13. It says, now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. All right, because it said, comfort such of them as be in trouble. And you say, we're all jacked up, we're all catching hell. And like I said, hey, brothers, got to be prepared to leave it all behind, including wives, children. All right, because again, part of the comfort is, hey, we're gonna, whatever, like I said, whoever we lose, we're gonna get it back, man. Don't worry about it. All right, don't worry about it right now, man. Because again, hey, everything in this life is vanity. It's all this is vanity. So more and more when we're putting off we're putting all on the we're cutting off the we're putting off the clothing of mortality, and we're putting on immortality. All right, matter of fact, when you go to verse 14, it says, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. All right, because this is what Esau's taught us, worrying about bills and Like, because the scriptures tell us, the Lord told us, man, don't take no thought for tomorrow. Because we're learning to walk in the faith, and we're learning to just, quite frankly, man, just Lord, walk in faith, man. The Lord got us. You know, because again, man, to be able to withstand what's coming, all right, the times that we're coming into, to be able to withstand in that day, you're gonna have to have this cold-hearted mindset. All right, you're gonna have a particular mindset, man, to where you just numb completely. We're just completely numb. Because hey, we're gonna be witnessing a lot of shit in that day, man, and you don't want to get caught up in your emotions, your feelings. You don't want to get caught out there, man. You don't want to get caught up with in the judgments, these people. You don't want to get caught out there, man. You know, a lot of Jake, man. Hey, Jake like to, you know, play Captain Save-A-Ho. Well, try to play Captain Save-A-Ho on that day. All right, you know, and hey, you're gonna be like my man's Denzel from Training Day. You almost become a part of the ditch party. Where you're gonna become a part of the ditch party. You're gonna become a part of the Lord's judgment. You're trying to step in and play Captain Save-A-Ho, trying to play Captain Hero. You see, because you let your emotions get involved. No, man. You see, we're learning again to put aside our emotions, our feelings, and just let the Spirit be, man. We're learning to just walk in faith, complete faith and trust in Yahweh Shema Shai, right? It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. All right, because hell, just today, just today, um, you know, my power went out at my crib. you know, my rib, man, she's all like, what the hell is going on, and panicking and whatnot, and I'm just like, I really didn't give a shit, It come to find out it was because I had left, and come to find out it was something that happened, on the outside because the street lights were out and stuff, you know. So, come to find out, but you know, you see stuff like that, man, just certain things just don't move us like how they would, or like how they did before when we were younger in the faith, worrying and stressing how I'm gonna, do this and pay bills and a lot of stuff, and it just doesn't affect us. It doesn't bother us anymore because hey, the Lord's will is gonna be done one way or the other, and that's what we're learning, man. To just, Lord, whatever your will is, like I said, man, just numb, just, and that, again, that's the mind of having the mind of a stoic, man. Just cool, calm, collected. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up real quick. The definition of stoic or stoicism. The definition of a stoic or stoicism. It says the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint. And hey, real quick, because that reminds me, because hey, I do some of these app-based jobs, so I'm typically I go to a lot of the same stores or restaurants and stuff, and for the most part, people know me, so every day, I see pretty much almost see the same people every day, and every day, how you doing, and my response is just, hey, it could be worse, complaining less and less, because you just get to a point where you just it's whatever, That's another beautiful thing I've noticed through the Spirit, man. The complaining less and less, right? Let me get this in Lamentation, chapter 3, I do believe. or maybe not. Yeah, bear with me as I look for this. Yep, so Lamentations 3 and 39. Wherefore doeth a living man complain? A man for the punishment of his sins, you know? Because the thing, man, like I said, we understand why we're catching hell, you know? We understand why we're catching hell. We understand that, hey, you know, we got to pay for the sins that we committed in our past lives, man. And, you know, with that, like I said, we learn to just complain less and less, you know, because, hey, ultimately this, you know, the Lord's about to deliver us, man. You know, this shit is almost over. So it's just, you know, at this point, it's just like, man, you know, just suck it up and let's just get through the shit, man. Let's just get the shit over with. This place is about to be destroyed anyways, man. You know, this place is about to be destroyed, man. You know, the beautiful brother, beloved brother from the camp, recall you, man. You know, every now and then that spirit gets on him, and you see it on camera sometimes. You know, at the camp, hey, you know, the spirit gets bro fired up because, hey, you know, when it comes to that weak shit, man, it's just, man, the hell with that weak shit, you know. And it, you know, it happens to the best of us because we're in the flesh, you know. But listen, man, we don't have time for that weak shit, man. We don't have time, you know. And every time I think about this, man, and another thing, because, you know, sometimes, you know, sometimes, you know, brothers gotta just take a moment to themselves and shed a few tears every now and then, you know, just you know, let it out, you know. But even with that being said, more and more, it's just you know, sometimes you might try to force yourself to just let it out, and it's just like, man, what's the point, you know? Let's suck this shit up, man. Stop being a little, you know, bitch. And you know, and every time I get into that mode where you know, I feel like I'm just gonna having one of those moments where I should just go ahead and just let it out. You know, I think about the brother, you know, the beloved brother call you, man, and you know, because, hey, like I said, when the spirit gets turned up in the bro, man, hey, you know, then, you know, hey, we ain't got time for that weak shit, man, you know. And that plays over and over in my mind because, again, man, just understanding the times that we're in, this shit is almost over, man. It's just, you know, whatever at this point. The hell with all this. The hell with these people. The hell with this place. All right. You know, the Lord is about to deliver us, man. So, you know, put that weak shit aside, like I just said in our second Exodus 14, man. Putting off the weak nature, right? Because that's the shit that Esau's taught us. And, you know, that's what we learned through Esau, you know, to be worrying, fretting, so that we can go to him, right? Well, no, man. Like I quoted in Isaiah 10, hey, the Lord, we're being taught to let go of Esau's hand, and we're being taught to walk with Yahweh Shema Shai. So Colossians chapter 2, I'm going to start at verse, well, that's the spirit, because in verse 6, Colossians 2 and 6, as ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahweh Shai the Lord, so walk ye in him, all right? Rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. So like I said, all right, because again, we're learning, like I said, certain things that bothered us, weighed us down, all right, the burdens of men, certain things that were, you know, weighed down on our mind, it just doesn't really affect us like it does now, man, because, you know, we again, being rooted and built in Yahweh Shema Shai, man, it's just, we're learning to walk in faith and just tunnel vision. All right, because the scriptures tell us, the Lord told us, hey, you know, if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, the Lord, he's going to take care of us, you know, to cast all of our burdens upon him. The Lord's going to look after us, so we've got nothing to worry about, you know. So we're being rooted in Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, you know, establishing a strong faith foundation in Yahweh Shema Shai, so that way, again, when it's the real deal and it's showtime, All right. Hey, again, brothers are gonna, be cold-hearted in that day, man. Brothers are gonna be stokes in that day, man. And it's already like this now, because like I said, a lot of us, we really don't care. You know, we don't care. We can't wait for this place to go down, man. We can't wait to be detached from the system. We can't wait for an EMP strike. We can't wait for America to start getting invaded. We can't wait for the dollar to collapse. We can't wait for all this stuff to happen. Why? Because our faith has been built up. We're looking forward to it. While everyone else is crying and because America's going down, hey, we're crying, but we're crying tears of joy, and spiritually speaking, because we're fed up, man. We're tired of this place. We're tired of this place, man. If it wasn't for the Spirit of the Lord being in us, on us, hey, we're through. We're through. But verse 8, it says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the traditions of men. All right. And like I read in 2 Ezra 14, the burdens of men, this is what Esau's taught us, man. To be worrying about carnal things, focused on carnal things. No, man, the hell with that. All right. We're learning to just put on your Yahweh Shemon Shai and just let the Lord take care of it, man. Let the Lord work it out for us. All right. Because there's nothing we can do anyways, It's not, hell, we can barely save ourselves, let alone people that we love. Whatever jam that we come up in, we can't deliver ourselves. So might as well just let the Lord deal with it. Let the Lord, let the Lord deal with it. Let the Lord take care of you. Because amen, the time is coming, the time is coming. We're gonna have to detach. We're gonna have to, as it also tells in the second, man, be pilgrims. A lot of us are gonna be on the move, right? A lot of us are gonna be on the move, on a run, in the woods, whatever. I'm gonna get this in Luke chapter 9, verse 50. Because again, going back to what I mentioned with King Solomon, which was Yahushai, all right? Hey, he had it all. But at the end of the day, it was all vanity. It was all vexation. It was all worthless. It was meaningless because it wasn't the kingdom. It's more and more makes sense why Yahushua, when he came as Yahushua, he was humble, right? Meek. That's why I'm going to read this in Luke 9 and 59. Luke 9 and 57. And it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. Because a lot of people want to partake at the Lord's table, but you're not willing. A lot of Jake's not willing to bear the cross, man, and deal with the hardship. A lot of Jake's not willing to be patient, because that's what also goes into being a stoic. You're patient. You have to endure. Like I mentioned earlier, my lights cut off. Our bill isn't due, so and like I said, my rib, she's panicking, but I'm just like, in my back of my mind, because you can't tell women to be patient. That's just not gonna happen. All right. But nevertheless, she's panicking and she's fretting and worrying, and in the back of my mind, I'm just like, just chill. Let's just see what's going on. So I'm sure something happened. Just be patient. Let's just see how this plays out. Because the scriptures tell us in Pursuing the Sirach, the 2nd chapter, hey, be not hasty, make not haste in the time of calamity, too roughly paraphrased. Just because something happens, that doesn't mean just to be rash with your decisions, just to make decisions out of haste. No, just wait, just be patient, see how this plays out. Because that's, again, what we're learning in the spirit, man. Because naturally the flesh is going to react a certain way, but that's when we're being taught to let the spirit just take over, and the spirit is going to have to kick in. And like I said, I left and I came back, and sure enough, the power's on. So it was some whatever. Because hey, again, man, in that day, hey, brothers are gonna be cold-hearted. Brothers are gonna be stone cold. Brothers are gonna be stone cold, man, cold-hearted. All right, no fucks given. All right, and that's how we need to be, man. Because like I said, to be able to withstand what's coming in that day, hey, you're gonna have to have a cold heart. Like the king told that woman, back in that siege in Samaria, man, you know, when the two women, you know, when they ate one son and they were going to eat the other one's son the other day, right? And he saw the woman on the wall, you know, hey, you know, what did he tell her? Hey, what can I do? There's nothing I can do for you, you know? Because, hey, like I said, hey, not they don't expect us to play Captain Sable. Don't expect us to, nah, man. It's like, what you want me to do? Like I said, we can't save ourselves. There's nothing I can do for you, man. You know? Because these people, they're weak. You know, they're weak as all hell, man. And it's aggravating. You know, they're just weak, simple-minded, you know? But hey, we're being taught to, you know, put that weak shit off, man, and just have the mind of a stoic. You know, we're ready to leave it all behind, to say the hell with all this. You know. But Luke in 9:58 it says, "And Yahushua said unto him, Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests." So for the most part, even animals, for the most part, they have a dwelling place. You know. But it says, "But the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head." So you see, all right. You know, Yahushua, he wasn't comfortable. He didn't have his feet kicked up and none of that, man. He just said the Lord didn't have a place to lay his head, man. You know, hey, that's a stoic, man. Yahushua, he was the top stoic. All right, an austere man, as the scriptures describe him. You know, the top alpha. All right, you know, Yahushua was a stoic. You know, I watched the video that the Apostle Gabar did like 2 or 3 weeks ago, going into how the basically going into the manliness of Yahushua. And one of the examples that he used, that he brought out in the video, was how Yahushua, when he was a young man, he became a young man, you know, after the Passover, he was in the temple, right? You know, and Joseph and Mary, they, you know, they spent like 3 days looking for him. They, you know, they couldn't find Yahushua, so they went back. And when they came back, Yahushua was in the temple. And here it is, Mary, she's all frantic, panicking, right? You know, but hey, what was Yahushua's reaction? Hey, he had to, you know, so to say, tell his mother off. He had to cut her, man. So to say, put her in a place. Like, don't you know I'll be about my Father's business? That's a stoic answer, man. That's a stoic attitude. That's a stoic mindset. You know, like I said, you know, because hey, most Jake, you know, again, these people, man, you know, these Jakes, man, they don't play by their mama. So if they see their mama break down or whatever the case may be, hey, you know, Jake is gonna flip. Jake is gonna have a heart attack or something, man. Jake is gonna, you know, full simp mode. But not Yahushua, you know, hey, he had to check her, man. You know, that's a stoic mindset, man. That's a stoic attitude, and that's how we got to be, man. That's how we got to be, and it's crazy because, you know, sometimes you talk to a certain, you know, family member, loved ones, and whatnot, and you just look at them like, man, you niggas are simple, and it's crazy because, you know, if we're of the elect, our families, loved ones, and whatnot, you know, they're gonna be our sons and daughters. So, because, like I said, sometimes I just look at my loved ones, family members, and whatnot, and I just sometimes, you know, I gotta talk to them like, you know, like they're children. And it's just spiritual, because if I be one of those men, hey, they are my sons and daughters, you know. You know, because like I said, I just be looking at these people, man, like, man, what's wrong with y'all, man? You know, just like a father would any child, man. It's like, you know, like, grow up. You know, you simpletons, you know. But I'm gonna read it again in Luke 9 and 58. It says, "And Yahushua said unto him, Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head." So you see, because Yahushua, he was a top stoic. All right, you know, he was a stoic, man. He had this attitude, hey, you know, and that's how we got to be, you know. Hey, our forefather Jacob, man, you know, he used rocks for pillows, man. Our forefather Jacob, he slept on rocks, used rocks as pillows. That's a stoic attitude. All right, that's a stoic mindset. You know, you read about John, how he was, you know, with the rough garment, camel's hair, Salakia, the camel's hair, and you know, they thought this man was a madman. Because hey, he was a stoic. You know, for the most part, all of our forefathers, they were stoics. You know, hardened, cold-hearted. You know, because that's how you got to be, especially dealing with Jake. You know, like I said, the times that we're coming into, hey, you got to be stoic, man. You got to be cold-hearted. You know, you got to be numb to all this, and that's what the Lord is building us up to be numb. You know, so you know, Lord willing, I was edifying. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Until next time, Lord willing. Shalom.